Supreme. Yo, this is a message to all the women. This is a message for all my dudes in existence. You ain't gonna get it no realer than this. This is to all women. Share this video out. All right, send this to your girlfriend. Send this to a woman that just don't know how to shut her damn mouth. Send this to anybody who got some particular lack of understanding when it comes to dealing with their counterpart. And my homies, don't get mad that I'm putting out this info. Because I know y'all be trying to say this, but y'all don't say it this way because it's too deep to let a motherfucker in like that sometimes, right? But this is for all women to know. All men used to be boys. And when we were young, the things we did had everything to do with structure. So even if we was playing with our friends had to play a certain role. And if they didn't play a role, we removed them from that role. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't doing that right. Nah, let so-and-so do it. You can't do that right. It's innate. Because men think on logic. So even when we choose a mate, we don't care about all that other shit that y'all come with. If we chose you, then we believe that you can play a role, right? Now, you got two types of men. You got men that are damaged from their growth, and they didn't get a chance to have certain capabilities or options to stand in a logical situation. They was forced to do a lot of shit. A lot of the brothers was forced to go through certain pains. So since they went through that, they don't have that connection to logic. They just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do me. So that's why they treat women a certain way, like, you're not important, whatever, I'm just gonna do me. It's because they didn't have that growing up. And now their integrity base is probably based off that. Like, they can't get satisfied in their life unless they have that type of toxic energy around them. But for the most part, the majority of men dealt with logic. So it's an order of things that we see. So if a man chooses a woman, majority of the time, he gonna let you know what role he wants you to play by his actions and how he speak to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to what that is. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it can be more realer than it is fake. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some dudes that might not just come tell you everything you need to hear up front. They'll just play the role with you. You know what I'm saying? And then basically initializing if you want more to that would be your job. And expressing it as its importance. That's how men absorb shit. Now, if you come like the same kid that fucked up a part of the game we was playing when we was young, and he's like begging to stay on that place, and he's like, I just want to stay here, just let me do it. And like, we like, nah, you fucked that up. So it doesn't make it better that he gets into this emotional aspect to try to obtain his spot. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing when you get older. Like, lack thereof, certain things that men went through is always going to fall back to, I chose you because I believed you can play a certain role. Nothing more, nothing less. And you can tell how much more of a different role you may have to play according to how the individual man may respond to the particular type of love that you are given to play the role, especially if you know you're doing it right. So if you know you're doing it right and his response is still like unsure or he's off about certain things, well, you can tell if it's other involvements to that. That speaks to his upbringing. That speaks to how he was raised. You know what I'm saying? That's his logical understanding of life. You can confront that value with him. That makes you strong. That makes you a different being. That makes you able to see who he is as far as what he was lacking through his growth to become the person he is currently. And once you comprehend that, you actually open up a doorway to solidify something lack thereof in that person's life. If you want to play with your life, then play with it. If you want to be serious, this is how you do it. If you want your relationships to be serious, you want your connections to be serious, this is how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be running from the fact talking about, oh, I ain't nobody mama, I ain't nobody daddy, this, that, and the third. And y'all make jokes about these values. Well, for the most part, that's the role you playing, whether you want to play it or not. You had a mother, you will become one. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order for you to teach your child what it is to be a good mother and father, y'all got to treat each other as such. So the father has to hold the mother on a respectable kind of a counterpart as if she is his mother. That's his wife, but it's still the mother figure of the family. So he got to respect her like a mother, and then she has to respect him like a father in the same right. So therefore, the two images of what parenting looks like has to show you through their respect from one another what it looks like to be both of those things. So yeah, your husband becomes your father, becomes your brother, becomes your best friend. Your wife becomes your mother, your sister, your lover, your best friend, everything to you. That's a fact. So when you hear people saying what roles you're not gonna play, and I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, what they're basically telling you is they don't want a serious relationship. Females, that's what y'all be saying when y'all like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. You don't want a serious relationship. See, respect goes a long way on each level of the values, and once you solidify what those connections are and you're able to stand on those things, you know what you do? You birth anew. You birth a new opportunity of stability through your function of understanding. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just trying to show you something. NAGA.